God has trusted you. Here's another way to think of it, because I can see this in our city. We have trust funds. That means we put things in storage for, right? The squirrels have a trust account in the oak tree. They take all the acorns and they put them in trust in that oak tree. So that when it gets cold outside and the trees no longer generating acorns, they can go to that trust account and they can withdraw acorns. God trusts us with gifts, with talents, with skills, with experiences, with wisdom, with knowledge, so that in those moments when God needs somebody to tap you or something to be tapped from you, that you can give it. So our stewardship is our ability to tap into that trust that God has stored in you, so that God will be glorified, that God's kingdom will grow, and it will be utilized to help equip one another. What are you doing with that trust? Are you a vault where you forgot the combination? So you can't even get into your own vault because you forgot how to open it up? Are you a vault with a padlock on it where we lost the key? Where we can't even tap into all the beauty and all the wisdom and all the experience and expertise that you have because we can't find the key? How is God being glorified by your life? Via your time and via your trust. When folks say, pray for me, did you really pray for me? Because now they're trusting you to join with them in prayer. That's trust. But then more importantly, if you ask somebody to pray for you, are you praying for yourself? Because are you allowing other people to take the responsibility of situations that God has you in? We want to partner with you. But are we partnering with an empty partner? Or are we actually matching the power of prayer? Oh, I take prayer requests seriously. I take prayer requests seriously. And I try my best not to wonder if somebody else is spending the same amount of time that I'm spending praying for them, praying for themselves. I try not to think about that because at the end of the day, my responsibility is to God about how I use my time and my trust. People trust me that when they ask me to pray for them, that I'm going to do so. So I need to take that up with God. But sometimes, every now and then, I wonder, when I'm up at the late midnight hour, when I could be doing other things, and I'm saying, you know what, this person in their situation is on my mind or heart. Let me pause for the cause and just spend some time praying for them. I wonder, are they praying for themselves? Because partnership means that everybody brings what they have to the table, and we do it together. When we operate in trust, a couple of things manifest. One is faithful presence. If you trust me, then you know I'm present. Whatever it means. If I say I'm going to pray for you, then you know that somewhere in time and space, I will pray for you. If I tell you I'm going to be there, then it means that you can trust that I will physically be there. If I say that I'm going to do something for you, relative to time, it means that I am going to manifest faithful presence. If you trust me, then that means that we have a relationship built on honesty and transparency. Which is why at one point I said I'm preaching to myself. Because I don't want you to think that I'm perfect just because God has called me to pray. I'm not. If it hadn't been for the Lord to call me to be here, I'd be exactly where you are. Waiting for somebody to preach to me because I got my own situations too. But the honesty and the transparency of not getting caught up in the position and the seat that I sit in means that I'm garnering your trust. That's why I believe in delegating, because some of you can do things that I wish I could do. You can do them better than I can. In order to build this congregation, that means that we need to link arms and make it happen together. That I'm not the one-stop shop. That I am not the only one who's been called by God to do these things. No, I've been called by God to shepherd the population. Which means every now and then to have somebody, come on, I want you to move over a little bit, but this is your space over here. I want you to operate it. Come on, I need you to move over this way, but this is your space. I can't tell you how God has manifested that in your life, but I can walk But I believe that with your relationship with God, God will tell you. I don't need to show up here on Sunday afternoon and be like, okay, all right, here's the list. Okay, brother such and such, what God told me on Wednesday was that you're supposed to do it, and sister such and such, what God, no. Because that would superimpose that my relationship with God is more important than yours. And that's not true. God has given me a different mandate to help disciple each of us, so that we can grow in the tools to manifest a clear relationship with God. This community works when everybody feels like God is speaking directly to them, and you have an opportunity to speak directly to God. And then you can bring that here, and we can inspire and equip, empower, and encourage one another to be good, to hold each other accountable. Trust means mutual submission. That means I have to be willing to be vulnerable with you, and you have to be vulnerable with me within the confines of privacy. See, we get this mixed up. People want to come to the altar and tell all this stuff, and you know such and such in the back row is gossip. And now that you come to the altar and you shared all your concerns and stuff, she done got on the phone, and now it's all about around town. That ain't trust. Trust is when you have that relationship with someone, you say, I'm going through, I need to talk with you. And as I often share with people, most of the stuff I hear got to go to my grave. It ain't pillow talk with my wife. It ain't when I get together with my buddies and we recap what happened during the week. The majority of stuff has to go with me to my grave. Because I believe in trust. I believe in confidentiality. It's a mandate upon my call. Within a trustful relationship, there's forgiveness and confession. I've done wrong by you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Yesterday when we had that argument, I said some stuff that I really shouldn't have said. I regret it. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it the way it came out. What I was trying to say, now that my emotions are reduced, what I was trying to say is this is how it made me feel. But I'm sorry it came out that way. Confession. Then in a trusting relationship, we ought to share our joys. We ought to laugh together. We ought to cry out of happiness together. I heard some stuff this weekend that I am just celebrating, that I am absolutely celebrating, and it don't have nothing to do with me. But I'm celebrating because at the end of the day, it does have to do with me. Because in that relationship that I have with that person, if that person is feeling better, then I feel better. Then trust is listening and empathy. We need to learn, and this is for the men, that brothers, we try to be fix it. Somebody comes and says they have a problem, and automatically we go to, okay, what you need to do is da-da-da-da-da. It's just something the way that brothers are wired. We don't hear the issue as being sharing time. We hear it as, okay, there's a problem here, I need to quick solve, I need to solve it. And the realization in trusting situations, we learn how to listen and to be empathetic. What it means is, you know what? I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that. How are you feeling about this? When you're in that place, what does it feel like? Because I've never experienced that before. What does it feel like? Is there a way that I can be sensitive to your needs while you're in this place? We don't teach that. But just the ability to listen and to be empathetic about it reveals the trusting nature of that relationship. And then, you've heard me preach this before. An attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude. We should learn to be grateful for the small things in life. Because when you're grateful for the small things in life, when the large things happen, you won't get so caught up in the fact that it was a large thing. You will already train yourself to be grateful. So now you be grateful for a large thing. And when you're grateful for the small things, you begin to reflect on the fact that God is doing miracles in your life on a daily basis. And these miracles are the small things that you learn to be grateful for. It's a counterintuitive thing because miracles for most people are large situations. Miracles are situations. But when you have an attitude of gratitude, miracles become real small things that you reveal and you understand that God's hand is in this. The 5 T's of stewardship. We're going to keep moving as we move forward, but I pray that I've given you some action steps to begin to live your life the way that God wants you to live, in a manner that is pleasing to Him and glorifying to Him, but more importantly, that you are giving back to God. And notice that I didn't talk about percentages here. I didn't talk about percentages. People get so wrapped up in numbers. Well, if 10%, don't start there. Start here. If God has given me so much, how can I calibrate my life so that I begin to give God more and more and more? Don't worry about percentages. Don't worry about percentages. Worry about the main thing. Am I living a life that is pleasing to God? Am I living a life that glorifies God? Am I living a life that reveals to the person who has been watching me for 2 weeks, and I don't even see them watching me? Do they see God in my life? No matter how much I'm struggling, no matter how many things I'm going through, do they see God in my life? Are you freely giving your skills and your talents, your experience and your gifts, your passions? Are you giving those things? Are you making sure that when you see need and you have something to give, that you are meeting someone's need? You spend so much time building up a war chest of things that you do. We all have a resume and a curriculum vitae. We have things that list the things that we are good at, the things that we do. But are you giving them away so that God can be glorified by how God has blessed you? As we move forward with the 5 T's of stewardship, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge myself too. How can we grow this community? Not based on marketing, not based on duping anybody, not based on trying to sell an empty bill of goods, but by living out our lives as a living testimony. So that as we grow, as God allows each other to inspire and encourage one another, that people who see you will say, man, you changed. Wow. All of a sudden you're happy. I know that you're going through, but it seems like you're smiling more and more and more. Why is it? And you can say, because God is blessing me, and because I'm being fed good food at the community of love, because I'm in a good fellowship with people who actually care about me, and who inspire me and encourage me, who want me to succeed, who want me to excel. That's how I want us to grow this community. I don't want to spend money taking our ads in the newspaper and being on television, on the radio. I don't want to do that. Because if we do that, that's not what God has challenged us to do. God has challenged us to be models of a diverse population of individuals and families who are grounded by faith and committed to prayer and action. That's who we are.